So let me lend my voice by joining parents to call out private schools and government. Government, you people are not doing what you're supposed to do. That's why I'm calling you people out. Private schools are extorting parents. Are you people aware of it? That private school of today and private school of then, they are not the same. Private school of today are seriously extorting parents of their hard-earned money, all in the name of textbooks. How do you expect a parent to be buying a particular textbook every time, every section? That means if a parent should have up to 5 kids, that means that parent is going to buy one particular textbook 5 times. It doesn't make any sense to me. That is the reason why government have to come into this matter as soon as possible. Because things are hard in Nigeria. I came across the video of this woman. Let me just allow you to watch the video so you understand what I'm trying to say.
Please, our Nigerian private schools, take us back to the era where our children do not need to use textbooks that they have to write inside. Good. Because explain to me how it makes sense that I will buy a textbook for my daughter this term, for this session, and the next session her brother is going into the same class and he cannot repeat that textbook. And it's because they bring textbook these days when children they write inside. Is this not a story? This is intentional. Because when we were growing up, the kind textbook when I use, now the textbook when my elder ones them use for school, they no bother buy new one for me. All this Macmillan and the rest, Johnny Hugo wants use. But these days our children can no longer share textbooks because people are producing the kind of textbook that they need to do their assignment inside. If this is not extortion of these private school teachers, most of these parents, they cannot even afford all these bills they are putting on the head of parents. Let's not even talk about other things going on in private schools. Let's even just talk about the textbooks. How does it make sense that I have to buy this they are writing inside? Why do they call it a textbooks? And why do they have notebooks? Notebooks are meant to write, right? That is why it's note. Textbooks are meant to do like you read them to know. Am I not making sense? To overthink am? I mean, because economic hunger, I make the thing they pepper me for body. Not even making sense to me anymore. I went to purchase textbooks yesterday, and I was wondering why do I have to buy the same textbooks I bought last year?
You are.
If it's not extortion, I know go say you know go buy. Go won't be like saying now you be the worst. Now wow,
so
God, this is even going on. If you don't want to listen, just
so let's go into this matter and expatiate it the more. The government, please, I'm begging you people need to sit up. Ministry of Education, this thing is on your desk. You people have to do something about it because it doesn't make sense that parents will keep on buying a particular textbook every session. I don't even know when private schools started having the autonomy to be producing their own textbooks. Because I remember back then, during our own time, private schools have no say when it comes to textbook. Yes, because every textbook you are using in private school is the same textbook government schools are using. Because the curriculum for the section, the textbooks for the section are being introduced by the Ministry of Education. No private school have the right to produce or introduce any textbook to their students. It is never done during our own time. But this time around, private schools are everywhere. They are not doing the things they like. And I don't even think that governments are supervising them anymore. If you go to this school, they are using a different textbook. If you go to this school, they are using a different textbook. And when you check the contents of that textbook, they are not related. At least if you are using a different textbook, make sure that the contents in that textbook are the same. Like back then, you will see new general mathematics that time that you will use in. You use it, I think, from SS1 to SS3. The other one, I think, is understanding mathematics from JS1 to JS3. And there is another one. There are different mathematics then. The one that are being produced by Macmillan and the ones that is being produced by Longman. When you check the contents of this mathematics, the things that are in this mathematics, you will see it in this other mathematics, but in today's private schools and the textbook they are using, there is nothing like that. Proprietors, school principals, they are now turning private school as a money-making establishment. They are not even interested in our kids. Those kids they are seeing, they are speaking English, bam, bam, bam. My dear, open their book, ask them to do that assignment. Those particular assignments, you see them, that they are scoring 100 over 100. Ask them to do it in front of you. You will be surprised that they will never be able to answer one. They will not even answer any question asked from that, all those scores that you are seeing. That's why I'm saying that the education system in Nigeria is going down the drain. And private schools are seriously out to extort parents. Please, government, people have to do something about this. I remember those days. You don't really need to be buying textbook every now and then. And that time, they don't change textbook as they used to change this time around. They don't. Because that time, a particular textbook will be introduced for a section. And that textbook will be used for up to 5 or 6 sections. That is 5 years or 6 years before a new textbook will be introduced by the Ministry of Education. But this time around, it's no longer like that. Nobody's checkmating them. They are now doing things the way they want, which is very bad. Parents are really suffering to make money. They are not picking their money by the roadside. And that's why the government, people have to sit up and do something for us. So it's not easy in this country.